Hey YouTube, today we're going to be installing a 2.5-inch lift on the front, basically a leveling kit. I've already done mine, but this is what it's going to look like. With that big spacer in there, goes all the way up to there. So, levels everything out, makes it look a lot better. Okay, the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the front tire. It's best to do it with both front tires. I did it just the one side, but this will be fine. Remove the tire, and it's best to put your body or your frame on a support too, because you're eventually going to be lifting that up and dropping your axle down. If you don't have a spring compressor, because I didn't, but I got it done. So put the frame up there. And then you're going to want to loosen up this bolt eventually, this nut. This is to the shock. And down there you got some other nuts. Remove those. And you're going to want to take, for this side, if you don't have a compressor, you're going to need to take everything, basically everything off of the axle except for the swing arms. So your steering bar, your track bar, or your sway bar, and your track bar down here. So all three of them bars are going to have to come off. This bolt up here, not down here. This one here, and this one here. And eventually everything will just kind of come out. So once you get all that done, you can drop this down. Also, down here you got another bolt. It's right there. You just take that one out, and that's for your shock absorber. Sorry. So get all that removed, and you can also move once you get your steering arm taken off. You can move that to whichever angle you need it to be, and then you raise your body up as much as you can get it. And then you're going to want to drop this down as low as you can get it, basically so that it's sitting on the ground. So that's going to bring this off, and be careful not to be too close just in case it flies out. And to remind you again, I would not recommend doing it this way, but for people that don't have, $100, $200, $300 to go spend on a one-time use compressor, this is the best way to do it. So raise this up, lower this, and eventually it'll come out. So you're going to want to put your rubber grommet here in with this, in between the your spacer and your spring. Get that in there, and then get the top in there first, and then jam the bottom one in there. And then you're going to, without bolting it in there yet, tuck that in there. Then you're going to want to put your shock absorber in there, and then put this on top if it's not already bolted there. And then you're going to want to bolt that on there onto your frame. Then bolt everything back up and you're good to go. It's a fairly easy process. It took me 2 days, but that was because it was my first time and I didn't have any videos or anything to look at. So basically you do the same thing on this side, only you don't have to pull off your track bar, because your track bar is connected to your frame here, not the axle down here. So just take off this this nut right here, and then take off that nut right there for the steering arm. And this one's a lot easier. You don't have to lift up the body as high or any of that, because you don't have that track bar holding the axle up. So this is the one that I started with on the driver's side. And it was pretty easy. Got the bolts easily accessible right there. I would use an extension to come up through these pipes right here, and just wrench it off right there. You probably need a breaker bar, and use the exact size for your nuts, because otherwise you're going to strip them out and you're going to have yourself a big problem. So there you go, and you put everything back together and you got yourself a lift kit.